If you've ever wanted to see what roid rage looks like in practice, all you've had to do over the last couple of days is go take a scroll through Donald Trump's Twitter feed. The man is taking dexamethasone, which is a corticosteroid, which is used to reduce inflammation, specifically, in the lungs. It's something that if you have regular asthma, if you have severe asthma attacks, if you get really bad bronchitis, this is the kind of drug they would put you on, either that or prednisolone, things of that nature. They're all corticosteroids. And one of the side effects is increased irritability, anger. One of them, because I've read through them because I've taken them plenty of times for my asthma, is frank psychotic episodes. And with dexamethasone, you can also add grandiose delusions to the potential side effects. And we're seeing those. We're seeing those play out real big time right now with the President of the United States. And everyone on Twitter is pointing it out. But what happened yesterday was absolute insanity coming out of the president's Twitter feed. One of the things that happened was obviously the evening before we got the intelligence assessment released that allegedly was the smoking gun about Hillary Clinton being behind the Russia hoax. In reality, it told us everything we already knew that had already been confirmed. But Trump thought that was a smoking gun, and he was pissed off that not enough people thought it was a smoking gun. So he got on Twitter and he let loose. He sent out this all caps tweet. He said, "Now that the radical left Democrats got caught cold on the non-friendly transfer of government, in fact, they spied on my campaign and went for a coup, we are entitled to ask the voters for 4 more years. Please remember this when you vote." That was the one that really set people off. We're entitled to ask the voters for 4 more years. Nobody said you weren't entitled to ask voters for another 4 years. If you get them and then try to take another 4 years after that, then we got some problems that we're going to deal with. But you're entitled to ask. You are asking, by the way, idiot. You've been running for president for re-election for about 4 years. Pretty much ever since you were sworn in as president, you started running for re-election then. But this wasn't the only crazy roid rage tweet the president sent out yesterday. I'm going through his feed right now. Here's what we're looking at. Here's one. Oh, and he retweeted it himself too. I love when he retweets himself. It's hilarious. And these are all caps tweets, by the way. "The fake news media is the real opposition party. Wow, now do something about this. The biggest of all political scandals in history. Biden, Obama, and crooked Hillary led the treasonous plot. Biden shouldn't be allowed to run. Got caught. Shouldn't be allowed to run." This man is delusional. And honestly, it's the steroids. This is steroids. Another one. "Obama, Biden, crooked Hillary, and many others got caught in a treasonous act of spying and government overthrow. A criminal act. How is Biden now allowed to run for president?" Next one. "Biden supports Cory Booker's bill that will force low-income housing in the suburbs, which will lower property values and bring crime in your neighborhood if Dems win. Goodbye, suburbs." Wow, way to throw a little bit of racism, too, into your roid rage. Hey, Biden's with the black guy to bring low-income housing to your suburbs. You didn't even try to disguise that one. You're straight up hey, this black dude wants to bring more black dudes to your neighborhood. Goodbye, suburbs. You know what? I'm not going to sit here and read any more of these disgusting ass tweets from the president. You get the idea. Part of this is who he is. And I think the steroids are not just amplifying it, but they're really allowing us, kind of like a drunk person who starts saying things that they've been wanting to say, but usually a little inhibited, don't do it. But no. Now, they got a couple in them. They're ready to let people know how they really feel. And I think that is what this medication is doing to the president. It's not good. These crazed tweets that look like they were written by a madman, that's not going to help close the 21-point gap you have with Joe Biden in some polls. And some have that gap as low as 14 points. Your good friends at Rasmussen, the pro-Republican pollster who always skews things towards Republicans, they have Biden up by 11 points. As it stands right now, you're done. And going crazy on Twitter for the whole world to see isn't winning you back any voters.